Someone just called me.
We are live now, James.
There's someone I was to send, I think, a message, and unfortunately, there is someone who was to join from I think Saudi Arabia. There is a lady. Rachel, you could assist me check out and send them the Zoom link. I was to send them the Zoom link. Unfortunately, my phone has just gone off. So guys, 20 seconds, send out the message. So 20 seconds, we start.
No, I got a Zoom meeting. Leave me, please. Please. No.
So go. And we are live, so we should be starting. Rachel, are we live?
Yes, we are live now.
Okay, thank you. So for those of us who will be joining us through Facebook Live, hi, and you can ask any question after the meeting. So type in the question that you would have or you would wish to be answered on the comment section on Facebook. If you are with us live on Zoom, kindly, I would request that you mute your mic, kindly mute your mic, and then I'll give you a chance to ask the question after the presentation. The other bit is if you are shy, you can, if you're shy, just type Damariswa Jiko. Mute your mic. Asante Damaris. So if you're shy, you will ask the question by typing in on the chat section. There's a chat section below. If you are not able to hear me, for those of you who are not able to hear me, activate your mic and then mute your mic. Allow audio when you're joining in on Zoom, allow audio, and then that will ensure that you're able to hear me. So thank you guys. Thank you a million times for coming on board again. And I can see Kay Kanyare has joined. Welcome. Tito, Margaret, Karibu, and I think those are the only ones I had not recognized. I would want to share my end. Let me know if you can see my end. I'm going to talk about what Bitcoin is, because I realized some people totally do not know what Bitcoin is. And majority of you already know what Bitcoin is. I don't know, I would maybe request for those of you who already know what Bitcoin is to bear with me. I'm going to take everybody through a PowerPoint presentation here. So bear with me. If you already know what Bitcoin is, probably you'll also get to understand more. Yes. So I'm going to take you through a presentation here entitled Exodus. So if you see Exodus on PowerPoint, let me know if you're able to see my end. Are you guys able to see my end?
No, me, I can't see.
Hello?
Hello.
Not yet. You have not shared.
No.
I'm not sharing. Let me stop
can't
sharing
see.
and then I share afresh. I think I should stop sharing and then let me share my screen fresh.
Every one of you. Answer. Be honest.
Can you now see my end?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, now.
Great. I think we are good to go.
Can the host
Yes,
mute
it's visible
everybody?
now. It's visible now.
Okay.
Can the host
Thank you,
mute
Ramadan.
everybody?
So guys, maybe my request, kindly mute now so that we can start. Perfect. For those of you who don't,
James, unmute. I'm so sorry. Unmute your mic. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So for those of you who still don't know my name is James Gadongia, and or GG. Most people like referring to me as GG, which is okay. I am a guide, I'm a trainer guide at Fortify Digital. So our main focus on Fortify Digital, as I said yesterday, is to teach you to understand what cryptocurrencies are and to make you see the digital opportunity. So you don't have to complain that you don't have a job. Someone is looking out for an opportunity. They are telling you they went to university, they went to college, they got to Form 4, did computer, and they still don't have a job. So with this digital economy, you can be able to get yourself a job automatically online just by joining Fortify Digital. You learn how to trade. You can trade for yourself. You can trade for others for a return on investment. And definitely there is a big opportunity right here at Fortify. My admin who's assisting me is Rachel, and Rachel has a rich background. She understands a lot on crypto. Rachel has been working in the US from 2001, if I'm not wrong. Is it 202, Rachel?
Yes, 2002.
So Rachel went to the US in the year 2002. She's been there, lived and worked there until this year, and so she's back, and we are working on Fortify, and I cannot be more grateful. I cannot be more grateful. She's been resourceful, and most of you probably have called her and maybe asked a couple of questions, and she's able to respond on time. We also have our other leaders who've been assisting us, who have also gone through the Fortify Digital Academy. Among them and the dream carriers is Anastasia Mutunga. I recognize you so much. Welcome, Anastasia. Were it not for Anastasia and pushing it to me, to my throat, I would probably, Fortify Digital wouldn't have started. So most appreciated. We have a lot of assisting hands from other traders. We have Moses from Nakuru County. We do have Leah, and we have Kefas also. I don't know whether the others have joined, but I can see we are hovering almost 36 or thereabout. So welcome, guys. Today I want to talk about what Bitcoin is. That's number one. Number two, I will talk about other cryptocurrency, and I'll give more emphasis on one. And the reason why I'll give that one is because it is lagging behind. The others have gone up. It is still lagging behind, and probably it is lagging behind so that you guys can also reap the benefits. There is one that I have talked about on the Fortify Digital Academy. People bought, they have made some money out of it, probably 100%. I don't know, we shall look at it. But there is one more opportunity tonight. Tonight, if you have joined tonight, you are a lucky person. So if you're watching us on Facebook and listening in, you are very lucky, because I'm going to talk about a crypto that hasn't really picked as expected. So welcome for that long introduction. I want to end there and start off. So the title there is Exodus, and by Exodus, I mean, you know, we move, Exodus means sort of a journey, moving. There is this, please move this window. Okay. There's something that is appearing on my screen every time. I don't know whether you guys are able to see it. I have to share again. I hope the disturbance is off. Can you guys see? Rachel, you can see what I'm sharing?
Yes, it's much better now.
Okay, thank you. So guys, I want to request you to mute your mic, and then we can start. So Exodus. So we have moved a lot. And here we are talking about money. So financially, we have moved from the traditional to the current digital money. We started off far away, and actually shells here are not the beginning. You can see these shells, yeah? So these shells are not even the beginning. People were doing barter trade. trading maize and beans, probably cows and goats or such kind of things, or beans and cows or beans and goats, all this. Then went to shells and other forms of money, even to feathers. You can imagine feathers, turkey feathers. And of course, they went to heavy metals and all that until today. So let me take you through a small part of that journey. So how did we get here where we are? And where are we? We are with a lot of guys I do like calling scammers. And you will forgive me for this because they are also scammers. We have so many scammers around town. Somebody told me even the guys who sell pizzas are scammers. They sell you a pizza for 1,800 bob. When you look at it, it has just a few pieces of meat and some cheese and some bread. If you would buy bread aside and buy the cheese aside and buy the meat aside, it's a big ripoff. So these guys are also scamming us with pizza. So I'm sorry for those of you who love pizza. I have no beef with them. I also do take some pizza at some point. So we are being scammed, all of us, if there is anything like that. But it's business. They say willing buyer, willing seller. So nothing wrong with that. So there is one scammer, and unfortunately, the only one with the monopoly of violence. You know, monopoly of violence. Do you know someone who has a monopoly of anything? They tend to have a monopoly of a lot. And these are governments. If you're thinking about something else, I am talking about governments. Governments are big scammers. And I'm going to take you through why. I'm going to defend myself because I already know most of you have begun fearing. So don't fear. Nobody is going to arrest you. Uko nyumbani. So when initially, there was a time when money, people used shark teeth as money. And I wish I lived in those days. When meno ya mnamuita nani kwa Kiswahili? Nadhani ni jodari au kitu kama hicho. I'm not sure whether jodari I think jodari is a different, jodari sijui ni tuna or something, but that fish, you know, that shark sea animal. So meno yake huwa inakaa kama msumeno hivi. Looks like a saw. Very sharp teeth with edges looking like a saw. They were used as money at some point. And those time, you can imagine you cannot forge shark teeth. You either have it or you don't have it. Now, the reason why I said I wish I lived in those days is because money was real. Shark teeth is real. Like, you can't forge one. You either have it or you don't. And again, it is rare. Can you imagine? Can you go into the ocean trying to hunt for a shark to get money? The danger that surrounds it, it's rare. Even if you went to the ocean, how many would you be able to catch? So money was rare. And you know, the aspect of money, it has to be scarce, yeah? It has to be divisible, it has to be scarce, it has to be portable, it has to be durable. You remember those things that you're taught in school about money. So shark teeth was there, and then we had the gold. Then they brought the coins, which were little in size, or they were small in size. And all these were issues that I think I do want to call them scams or something, because somebody would give you gold, and a lot of it, without too much measuring. But when governments came in, they realized, okay, you see, if we want to be rich, if we want to be powerful, we have to control resources. How do you control resources? By controlling the money. If you can't control the money, you cannot be powerful. So they decided, let's control the money. Let's get the gold. Let's make gold coins with very beautiful images. I don't know who told them that the reason why we love their money is because they have images of their grandchildren's or of their grandfathers. I also have a grandfather, by the way. I also have a grandmother. I don't know why my grandmother is not on money. Her image is not on the current money. I don't know the reason. I think some people think theirs are more handsome than ours. I don't know, or more beautiful. So, and they print those images there, and they make us believe those gold coins printed with certain images of buildings or images of their relatives are more valuable than the gold coming from Moses and Leila and Teresa Shiko. These are all gold. There's nothing different. So the scam has never been better. They keep scamming us. So we lost it on the gold. So gold was real money. And if you look at what was society money, was shark teeth, gold, and you see gold is genuinely real because it is rare. And at the time, gold was divisible. You don't have too much of it. And they brought us to these scams. These are the things I'm calling scams. And they don't come in short. Everybody is printing. So they keep printing their images there. I know you know some of them. I'm not going to talk about them. Don't want to give them too much publicity. But let me ask you, and I need you to answer to yourself. I need you to answer to yourself. Give me 2 reasons. And actually don't give me, but give to yourself 2 reasons why you think this paper is no longer valuable. Yani leo hii ngiri haina value. If you walk to me today and you have this kind of 1,000 bob, I cannot give you even bread worth 50 shillings. Yet last few months ago, if you came with this, I would give you even a car. Is this not just a paper and an image? What is valuable in this? There is nothing valuable. I can go to Webuye paper mill and I get a paper. If it's a special paper, I can go to China and get some more special papers. Most people are deluded thinking this is money. This is no money, my friends. This is just money that is imposed by the people who have the monopoly of violence. This is money circulating by force. This is money that you're told the only way you have to pay your taxes is through this kind of money. Tomorrow, if they wake up and tell us another image, another paper printed with a beautiful image of Mount Kenya or Lake Victoria or the slopes of Rift Valley, that will be money, and we shall use that to pay taxes, and we shall work and exchange our sweat and time for those papers. I'm a very bitter man when I think about finances, when I think about money, because I came to understand most people don't know what money really is. And let's just stick to the word calling them currencies, because they are currencies anyway, and they are government currencies. And the simpler word for them is fiat money. Fiat is a Latin word used to mean that circulates by use of force. So we have the military, we have the police, we have everybody making sure that the law is followed and that this is money. So when the central bank says this is money, the police are out there to ensure that you treat that as money and you give it the respect that it deserves. Not much story about that. So this won't be a walk in the park, of course, with Bitcoin being coming up with the revolutionary money. We were expecting that a lot of governments were going to fight Bitcoin, and they will say, you guys are stealing our party. The party was too good. We were printing money and became billionaires until Bitcoin came around, until gold decided to be the real money. So that is, we the citizens, we the people have the power to say what I need to exchange my services for. I can decide tomorrow, if somebody wants to build me a software, I'll pay them in Bitcoin. If you want to till my land, I may decide I will not give you papers, I'll pay you in Bitcoin. If you accept Bitcoin, me and you can do business. So when the people rise, when the people wake up and realize this is a scam, these guys hide in the dark and print money without telling us, and then they later tell us they did print money, which causes inflation, and inflation causes us to be poor. So if you are in this Zoom meeting and you save a lot of your money in the bank, what I'm telling you is that whenever governments print more money, that action of printing money makes you poorer. So government cost inflation and currency manipulation must be taken by the horns. We must deny government the ownership of money. We must separate politics and money. And this is what Bitcoin is suggesting. If you thought Bitcoin is all about a business, is all about maybe some MLM thing out there, you are wrong. Bitcoin is a revolutionary money. It's a revolutionary money. It's money for the they say the libertarians. I don't know. Rachel can correct me. You could be thinking, okay, this guy is introducing us to politics. I'm not introducing you to politics. I'm only making you aware that when you hear the word quantitative easing coming from central bank, what it means is that these guys are going to print money. Those papers, they are going to print more of their grandfathers, of their uncles. And what happens? Those papers don't have value. Where do they get their value from? From you who has done savings. So if there is shortage of money, money is valuable. If the supply of money is big, then that money becomes devalued. It doesn't have much value. So this is the reason why in 1990, yesterday I talked about 10 million in 1990. So if you had 10 million Kenya shillings in 1990, you would buy a few buildings in Nairobi town. Today, if you come with your 10 million and you want to buy a car, just a car, not even a building, a car in Nairobi, and you want to buy a V8, I will tell you your cash is not enough. Your cash ain't enough. Go work harder, add 4 more millions to own a V8. Why is it that the money of 1990, the 10 million, and 10 million today is different? The reason is just simple. The reason is they have printed more of their uncles. Sorry, I have BBN. I request we mute our mic. Thank you. One scenario, this revolution must at least grant us, we the society, the ownership of money. Imagine if we the people would own money. Yani mtu ende acheze siasa zake huko, akuwe kiongozi, which is okay, we have no issue with that. Atuambia tutalipa ushuru kwa njia hii, we have no issue with that. But pesa isijumuishwe kwenye siasa. Au namna ya kuhifadhi mali. Namna ya kuhifadhi mali. If you want to keep your money in gold, if you wanted to store your wealth, I would advise go to gold. But most of us don't know where to buy gold. So store value, then Bitcoin can provide us, we, the digital community, a chance to store our wealth safely, far from the politicians who will keep printing money. If they were given the chance to own Bitcoin, they would print more Bitcoins. Thank God they don't have that chance. So as I said, the revolution hasn't started today. We won't be the first. Don't worry of dying because people hear revolutions and think death. It doesn't have to be blood on the streets. It doesn't have to have running battles with government. It starts off with you understanding what money is and what true wealth is. Kama unataka kutajirika, kwanza elewa. Ndio maana nilisema pale kwenye Kameme, kama uko tayari kujifunza, kwanza ujue pesa ni nini. If you do not know what money is, then you may be in a lot of trouble understanding me. So initially we started off with barter trade, went to gold or heavy metals. They decided to give us some beautiful coins. Then we came to paper money, what we call the fiat currencies, what most of us are still using. Then we went to plastic money, the plastic cards, you know, those Visa cards. I think I have one in my pocket. Yes, I have this one. So this is plastic money. But when I go to a supermarket and I just swipe, just by swiping, they say I'm good to go if I have some of those papers in the bank. If I don't have some of those Uncle Sam's cash in the bank, they will say, oh, my friend, ndugu yangu, wewe hauwezi kuchukua kitu chochote hapa. Then we left plastic money and then we went to what we call the electronic money. Electronic money, we all are aware of the mobile, wanasema huduma za kibenki kwenye simu. Mobile, this is M-Pesas of this world, the Tigo Pesas of this world, the Airtel monies of this world, yeah. Then also we also have the Visas of this world on electronic money. We also have so many of them. They call it PayPal, yeah. PayPal or PesaPal. All these online money. Is what I'm referring to, electronic money. So we have now moved to cryptocurrency. The revolution has begun. It's now actually, this is the 11th year. Bitcoin began in 2009. So today should be 11 years. So December, actually it was, the idea came in December of 2008 to the public. So it's straight 11 years. Join the revolution. Let's have a true store of wealth. So what is Bitcoin? What is this thing I'm calling Bitcoin? So Bitcoin is a decentralized internet protocol. Yani huu ni mfumo wa mtandao wa internet. Na huu mfumo hauko sehemu moja, hauko kwenye server moja, hauko kwenye kompyuta moja, bali uko kwenye kompyuta nyingi. So hizi kompyuta nyingi duniani zina share information. So for us to send you money, these computers have to vote. Ziseme, okay, Margaret anataka kumtumia Carlos some Bitcoins. Margaret must have some Bitcoin in the first place. So they vote, they agree Margaret has Bitcoins to honor that transaction. Then they also confirm that Carlos has the right Bitcoin address to receive the Bitcoins. So this transfer of money goes through something, uses a technology we call blockchain technology. So those transactions are put in a block, and one block can have 15 transactions, and then those transactions are approved. Then hizo pesa zinaenda kwa wahusika. So Bitcoin is a decentralized internet protocol that enables transfer of value over a communication channel. Kuna mtu aliniambia na wakizima internet. Do you know that Bitcoin can be propagated through radio waves? Can go to the space, the guys have provided certain satellites. So if they switch off the internet, how daring are they? How best can they fight these scammers? Can they shut down the internet because of Bitcoin? Somebody will tell me, yes, these guys are crazy. They can do anything. Let me tell you something, they can't do it. Their military power depends on internet. Those banking institutions they have established depend on internet. If internet was to go off today, some of these guys, their health status are reliant on internet. So it is unthinkable. If internet goes off, all your money on M-Pesa, you cannot be able to view it if you didn't know. All your M-Pesa disappears. So daring to switch off the internet is whoever who came up with the idea of internet was our savior. That is when the revolution began, because internet is a shared public resource. It doesn't belong to anyone. The same thing, Bitcoin is a public resource. Nobody owns Bitcoin. Nonetheless, Bitcoin was created by a guy called Satoshi Nakamoto, or a group of people referring to themselves as Satoshi Nakamoto. Nobody knows who they are. We keep guessing. I don't know till when. Why is Bitcoin valuable? Number one, the security of that protocol, of that software. Then the fact that it is decentralized, and that it is not controlled by the scammers, and that it is unconfiscatable. Once you own a Bitcoin, hakuna serikali inaweza kukunyang'anya unless umeiweka kwa wallet ambazo ni centralized wallet. That is a talk for another day. But Bitcoin as Bitcoin, nobody can confiscate it. It is unconfiscatable. Hakuna mtu anaweza freeze kama vile walinifanyia kule, for those of you who had my story on Kameme. So those things are not possible with Bitcoin. It's also valued for it possesses the virtual quality of money. Bitcoin ina zile quality za pesa. Ni divisible, ni very portable, ni durable, ni uncounterfeitable, and it is scarce. Nataka nizungumzie moja kwa moja. Bitcoin unaweza kuigawa. Bitcoin moja inaweza kugawa mpaka ikue to the 100 millions of it. That means you can buy 0.00007 zeros and then 1, what we now call Satoshi. Satoshi is that smallest fraction of a Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is very divisible. So money should be divisible, and it is divisible. The other one is portable. Somebody would say, Bitcoin is portable, or then I would ask a question, comparing Bitcoin and the current fiat money, which one is more portable? If I was to carry, maybe, let me not even talk about a lot of money. I want to talk about what Kaforas of this world carried, 200 million Kenya shillings. You know, Kafora told us she walked out of the bank with a sack of 200 million Kenya shillings, a sack of money. I don't know how possible that was to carry money with sacks, but whatever that meant, I leave it to them. But if you want to move around, if you are rich and you want to move around with your 1 billion Kenya shillings, how portable is it? If there was a fight in Kenya and you're wealthy, and there was a serious fight, whatever the cause, and you want to relocate from Kericho, or you want to relocate from Kakamega or whichever place you think of, or even from Central towards another country for safety, how would you carry your 1 billion? With Bitcoin, you don't even have to carry anything. You just walk across the country with a password in your head. You know the way you cram your M-Pesa password? That's all you need. And you go around with your $100 billion, not even Kenya shillings. So this is quite portable. All you need is a password in your head. And then whenever you access internet across the border, across country, you can spend your Bitcoin the way you want. Then we have durable. Is Bitcoin durable? Very durable. As long as the systems of mining are sustained, then Bitcoin is as durable as ever. Then, of course, nothing digital gets expired. So non-counterfeitable. You cannot counterfeit Bitcoin. So many people have come up with, I don't know, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Vault, Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Diamond, Bitcoin I don't know what. And tomorrow they are going to come with all those funny sorts of names. That does not mean it's Bitcoin. The reason why it is unconfiscatable is because, or it's uncounterfeitable is because the Bitcoin core network cannot be copied. You cannot have all this power of miners. You cannot have, miners are the people who provide their computers. Even you can become a miner just by plugging your computer on power and connecting to the internet and downloading the Bitcoin, that software for doing mining. Of course, your computer becomes a node to approve transactions. That's why you become a miner. Now you can copy the Bitcoin software. That's what the Bitcoin Vault guys have done. But you cannot copy the people who are doing mining. You cannot copy the demand of Bitcoin. You cannot copy the people who own it and transact with it. So it is uncounterfeitable. Then it is scarce. Bitcoins, there are only 21 million Bitcoins in the world, only 21 million. So if you own 1 Bitcoin today, so as the demand for Bitcoin goes up, you will definitely one day become a billionaire. That one I can assure you. You can become a billionaire by owning 1 Bitcoin. So out of 8 billion people in the world, if everybody was fighting to get to own Bitcoin, then your 1 Bitcoin, because there are only 21 million of them and they will never be added, there will never be more. There is no more printing of Bitcoin. So you will end up becoming a very rich person because the price will go up. So Bitcoin is a deflationary currency. And remember, Bitcoin does not stand on its own. When I talk about Bitcoin, there are other cryptocurrencies. We have their cousins. We have Ethereum, Litecoin, we have Bitcoin Cash, but here I'm writing, it's written BTC, that's Bitcoin. Then we have BZX, EWT, Link, and Engine. There are so many of them. But you know, the history always repeats itself. The history always repeats itself. Whenever the community rallies around and realize they were scammed, they always come back and do a revolution. Money is taken back to the society, and then the government will look and say, hey, the money is gone back to the society. What can we do to collect more taxes? How can we be more wealthy? How can we control the money to be more powerful? They will again copy whatever you are doing. If it is gold, they bring their gold coins with images. If it is shells, they will collect more. If it is paper money, they will print the most and they have the military might, they have the police, they have everybody to enforce, but you don't have the police. So now, what are they doing? They are not lagging behind. They are also coming up with their own digital currencies. So the scammers don't sleep. So the Chinese government has already come up with their own what we call the CBDC. CBDCs are central bank decentralized, I think, central bank digital currency. Or yeah, central bank digital currencies. That's what they are. You can Google CBDC and you get to learn about them. So the government of the Chinese government has come up with their own digital yuan, the digital yuan. It's out there. They are testing it out to deploy it. The US is not sleeping. Neither is the South Korean and the Japans probably, and even the Germanys of this world. They are really working hard to deliver their own. And very soon we will have our African governments doing the same. You know, our African governments just love copying. Copying is much easier, I'm told. That's the case. So our big brother, the US, I've talked about this to the people who have been fortified and they have much of this information. So these are repeat of the presentation to them. So there is this guy called Brian Brooks. You can Google about him. You can go to YouTube and check out about Brian Brooks. Brian Brooks was an employee of Coinbase. Coinbase is a cryptocurrency exchange platform. So Coinbase is a cryptocurrency exchange program where people in the US can buy Bitcoin, they can buy other cryptocurrencies. So this guy was among the guys who were working there, and he was having a senior position there. And he's a serious lawyer in the US. Serious lawyer. He's won serious cases in the US courts. So he's not a new man in town when it comes to law and basically banking. So what happened the other day? So what's the big news? So this guy, when Trump was still ruling without the fear that one day he will not get enough votes, they decided through the minister of I think they call them the Secretary of Treasury. The name of that Secretary of Treasury, I think his name is Mnuchin or something. Yeah. I don't know whether it's David Mnuchin or something. You can Google the Secretary of Treasury in the US. He's called Mnuchin. Yeah, that's the name. So this guy used to work with that secretary before he was appointed to be like sort of our equivalent of cabinet secretary. And they worked together in some organization that dealt with banking. And they realized this guy is a chap. So they decided to get this chap out of Coinbase, where they were selling cryptocurrency. Wakamleta wakampea kazi ya controller of the currency under the Fed. And when we say the Fed, we mean the Federal Reserve Bank of the US. Our equivalent here is a central bank. So in the US, they call it the Fed. Yeah. So the Fed decided, the minister decided to hire this guy. These are just 4 months ago. This guy was hired as the deputy comptroller, sort of an assistant to the comptroller. The comptroller of the currency in the US ni yule mtu ambaye huwa anatangaza ni nini kitakuwa pesa. Akisema kuanzia kesho mabawa ya nini ya kuku wa kienyeji ndio itakuwa pesa. That becomes money. So he's the guy who decides what will be money. Should we make silver money? Should we make gold? Should we make papers out of should we make money out of papers? They get to decide. Just like our guys here get to decide also. So Brian Brooks became the assistant. It was a strategic move. Then the controller of the currency was given some leave or something, and then he was told to step aside, and the guy is promoted. So Brian Brooks is currently the controller of the currency. So he's the one who can decide what will be currency or not. So you can see there's some. I don't want to go through the story. It's a long story. But I've given you the brief of it. Prior of joining the OCC is the Office of the Comptroller of Currency. Mr. Brooks served as the Chief Legal Officer of Coinbase, Coinbase Global, that is, which is the cryptocurrency exchange, where he headed the legal compliance and audit investigations and government relations functions for the company, which served 20 million customers. So Coinbase has over now 20 million. He held the position since September of 2008. So the guy he's deeply in crypto. So he understands cryptocurrency. So ask yourself a question. Kama wewe ni mjanja, unaona the US, Marekani, the world superpower, or what I like calling the world prefect, anachukua mfanyakazi aliyekuwa anafanya kazi na za Bitcoin, anampeleka katika benki kuu ya taifa, na wanampa cheo ambacho hichi cheo yeye ndiye anafanya maamuzi ni nini kiwe pesa ya Marekani. Sasa wewe jiulize, wewe unaye doubt unasema maybe Bitcoin is scam. Do you think the US government with all the intelligence, the CIAs of this world and the FBIs wanaojua mambo ya pesa na kufanya upelelezi na wanajua mwisho wa siku Bitcoin inatupeleka wapi, hawalali, wanaishauri serikali yao ya kwamba bwana, hawa jamaa wanaitwa Bitcoin ni hatari, we need someone who understands, we need a young guy who understands, a guy who is sharp, a guy who has come from this field, ashauri benki kuu yetu, vinginevyo tutatokomea, dola yetu itatupwa. So the guy is there now as we talk. He's a controller and he's advising the government, and he's not the only one. South Korea Central Bank forms a legal panel to advise on possible digital currency launch. Let me tell you, they are not, as they put it on media, the moment unavyoona kitu kwenye taarifa ya habari, there's something these guys don't tell you. What you read on papers is actually an inch, is actually the tip of the iceberg. Ukiona ki iceberg chenyewe huko chini ya maji, they give you very little information, but the process of coming up with the digital currency for South Korea imeendelea sana ndugu yangu. They don't tell you they have already come up with something which they are pushing. Just the same thing we do here in Kenya. Some people come up with a software to collect taxi money or to collect parking fees in town. They go see some politicians. Then politicians will start saying they are working on a software to collect. By the time they are saying they are working, if you're an IT person, unaenda kuomba kibarua ya kutengeneza software, kumbe wewe usichokijua ni ya kwamba kuna wajamaa walishaenda kuwashauri wale wanasiasa. You know, politicians don't know to build anything. They just pick, they collect, they do over the counter purchase of softwares. So wanaungana, and of course, they get there. So I'm getting through my presentation. And all I wanted to say is that so many governments are doing it. So in Germany, cryptocurrencies are treated as money. In Canada, Bitcoin is treated as a store of value, and one can use it to buy anything, and it is legal, not kama mchezo mchezo. Hapa Kenya, our central bank governor told us to go in with a lot of, not to go in, but alituambia ya kwamba tuwe very careful. Sort of they don't approve of it, and I'm worried we may get in too late. Alafu tuwaulize kwa nini hamkutuambia tujiunge wakati ule. It will be unfortunate, but of course I'm not telling you it is all roses. It is not financial advice. Read a lot, research a lot, and make your own financial decision. But to me, this looks good. This looks green light to me. Then the day I was doing this presentation was actually, I think, in July, if I'm not wrong. When I prepared this presentation, Bitcoin at the time was $9,400 at that time. Today, I don't know the price. I think could be $19,000. $19,000. It had at time $10,000 up there. So buy Bitcoin, buy its cousins, or if you want to make money. If you have 5,000, 10,000 Kenya shillings, and you feel that Bitcoin is worth a lot of money and you can't afford it, and probably you want to buy something that will make you some money because you are pesa yako ni kidogo, you can buy her cousins ambao nilizungumzia. And I want to talk about one. So I'm going to give you a tip today, and the tip is I've always been consistent. I don't I don't talk about something today and then tomorrow I leave and go supporting other projects that I'm not quite familiar with. So I'm going to talk about something here. Kama unanisikiliza, una shilingi yako 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 ya Kenya, 1,100,000, and so on and so forth. If you have that small kind of money, Bitcoin, you can invest in Bitcoin. But if you have below 20,000, I wouldn't advise you to go to Bitcoin. And this is my reason. If you buy Bitcoin today, one Bitcoin is 2 million Kenya shillings. So Bitcoin itapata shida ya kutoka 20,000 kufika 50,000, $50,000. Yani kutoka milioni 2 kwenda milioni 5, Bitcoin itachukua muda. And naomba David Kihungi, kindly mute. I'll give you a chance to ask the question. I'll give you a chance. Worry not. So thank you guys. So how can you invest your 2,000 Kenya shillings, your 5,000? You can buy other cryptocurrencies that have a big suggestion. They are coming up with the big ideas of how they can bring a solution to the world. One of those is what I'm going to talk about here. Hapa naonyesha picha ya what you call the green energy, the wind energy, the solar panels to give us the solar energy and all that. There is an organization calling itself Energy Web Foundation, Energy Web Foundation. And this organization inamilikiwa na the who is who when it comes to energy. So mimi na wewe kuna wakati kwa kina Anthony Ngugi wanapata jua nyingi sana. Wakati mwingine kwa kina Margaret ni kuna mvua. So if we live in such a gated community, say for example, alafu tuko na masolar panel. Kwa sababu mimi na Anthony Ngugi tuko kwenye jua sana, so we are producing a lot of solar energy in excess of what we need to use at home. Umeme mwingi. If please kindly. Guys, mute your mic kindly. Naombeni. Tafadhali, haya. Time is far much gone, that is why I'm making that request. So if tumezalisha umeme mwingi, huu umeme tumezalisha mwingi kuliko tunaohitaji matumizi ya nyumbani. So there is a system that allows you to sell the excess power that you have to the national grid. Alafu usiku wakati hauzalishi, ukitumia ile ya national grid, mwisho wa mwezi mnafanya setting off. Uliwapa units ngapi na umetumia units ngapi? Kama umewapa nyingi kuliko za kwao, mnafanya minusing and then unalipwa tofauti. So you make money out of kuzalisha umeme. Now this will be decentralized ways of generating power. Leo hii we have what you call a centralized way of getting power. Kama kuna mtu anachukia Kenya sana na anataka kuipeleka to its knees, it's very easy. Just take one serious helicopter or one fighter jet, go blast those 7 Fox dams and they go to zero. Go and destroy those geothermals in Naivasha and I think Nakuru. The moment you do that, you have destroyed the power. And that way, governments are not able to supply power for wananchi. So how can we decentralize power? By harvesting wind energy and so on and so forth. So Energy Web Foundation have this idea. And there are so many guys, there are so many companies around, and among them are these. Hope you recognize some of these companies. They are part of the Energy Web Foundation, and there are very many. I don't want to name each and every, but I want to talk about a few. We have Elia Group. We have the ones that you must know. We have Engie. This is the biggest energy company in France. We have E.ON. We have Equinor. Most of you know Equinor for mining, mining the crude oil. We have the GE, General Electric. We have very many of them. I just want to mention the ones you can see. Shell is behind this idea. PTT Group, very much known. We have TEPCO. We have Siemens. You guys know Siemens. We have Shenzhen Energy. studying from this country called nchi ya wahandisi, nchi ya engineers. Wanasemaga God made the world, but the Dutch made Holland, yeah? So studying from that country. We have Tenaska, we have TEPCO. TEPCO is a Tokyo electric power company. That's the biggest power company in Japan. We have Total, you guys know Total. So many organizations. So these guys are all running what you call a node of their blockchain. So they have this blockchain and they are running the nodes. So they are the guys controlling the voting power. So hawawezi kuibiana wenyewe kwa wenyewe. So these guys came up with the idea, let's come up with a cryptocurrency that will be used to pay the people who will provide green energy, kama ni mimi na wewe. All they needed partners who will provide them with what you call technology like Internet of Things. And this year they were lucky. A lot of developments have been going on, gotten a lot of partnerships. They have started, wameanza mradi actually, in Germany, they launched what you call virtual VPP, virtual power plants. Virtual power plants ni power plants ambazo ni wananchi wanazalisha umeme na kupatia national grid, sio vinginevyo, ambapo watu wengine private entities o serikali inazalisha umeme na kuwapa wananchi. So this works the other way around. That's why it is called virtual. It doesn't come from one estate. So there are so many partners. Among them is our big brother. You guys know the big brother, Vodafone. Vodafone now is involved with Energy Web. And what these guys are providing them, Vodacom ana provide SIM card. Ile SIM card inawekwa kwa mita. Ile mita inaonyesha technically nyumba yako iko sehemu fulani. You know the tracking, yeah? They can show specifically hii mita yako iko wapi. Na hii mita imepea national grid umeme wa kiasi gani. So basically, Internet of Things. I won't go into the notes. By the time I was talking about Energy Web token, one Energy Web token was $6.55. Today we'll check how much it is. So this is a project I can advise you if you have your 2,000 Kenya shillings. Unataka kuinvest your 5,000 Kenya shillings. That's anything below 30,000 Kenya shillings, you can go into these altcoins. There are so many of them. So see you on Saturday, 8 p.m. And we'll be talking about more on this. So we have another free class on Saturday, 8 p.m. Allow me to end there. I hope you guys have understood, but I want to share the last bit and we check how much is one Energy Web token. So let's go. It was $6. Today it's still at $6. It was 6.5. Today, how much is it? I hope this is the current price. I hope, can you guys see what I'm sharing?
No, not yet.
Oh, so najiongelesha. I'm sorry. Okay. There you go. Can you see what I'm sharing? Can you guys see?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I've just searched here EWT. You can search EWT. You click on it, and you can see the current price of EWT. Yesterday, as I was preparing to talk about this today, EWT was $5.8. $5.8. So today it's $6. That's some 20% move or 10% move. So the current price of EWT token, it's owned by the Energy Web Foundation, ni $6. $6 ni shilingi 600 na kitu, 600 labda na 600 na ngapi, 600 na labda na 30 au na kitu kama hicho, au 660. Call it even 700 shillings. So if you buy one, I want to guarantee you, or maybe give you some small level of surety, that Energy Web token will be worth much more than $30. Today is $6, to be worth much more than $30. And let's check the last 6 months tuone bei yake imekuwa ikibehave aje. So we moved from $4. When I got to know about this project, it was $3. Went up to, actually it had gone up to $12. Today it's down to $6. So So that is it. So if you have your small cash, think of buying it. And how can you buy it? As I conclude, go to Binance. You can open a Binance account if you want to buy Bitcoin, you want to buy, go to Binance. I hope you guys can see. If you are writing, write that down, Binance.com. Binance, some people read it as Binance, but it's Binance. Go to Binance, go to register. You can see top, your top right, register. All you need is an email address and a password, and boom, there you are, you have an account. So let me show you how to buy. So you can go to markets, and I understand my time is up. Actually 3 minutes way out of time. So you go to peer to peer, unakuja hapa trade, hapa juu kwa trade, unakuja peer to peer, alafu unakuja hapa unabadilisha currency, unaweka Kenya shilling, unaweka KES, Kenya shilling. Ukishaweka Kenya shilling, inakuletea Wakenya ambao wanauza Bitcoin. So you can buy Bitcoins from these guys and you can pay them with M-Pesa. You can see this is Safaricom M-Pesa. So unaangalia huyu mtu anaitwa Mose Rich, go to buy, and then of course you're buying between 270 to 10,000. So if you are buying Bitcoin with 270 to 10K, ukishanunua unaenda kwa soko lenyewe, enda kwa soko lenyewe. But this is topic you're going to learn on Fortify Digital. You don't have to worry about this. Don't worry right now. I am just giving you a guide. Go to market and then search for EWT. No, they don't have EWT here, but they have other coins like DOT, which is also a very good project. But I'm rushing because of time. I'm told curfew is just a few hours, and for those of us who live in Nairobi, curfew itatuharibia mpaka mwaka mpya. So ndugu zangu, naomba niwape muda muulize maswali since time is off my hands. DOT is $5. You can come here and do buy. Also to the EWT. Come here, write the number of amounts you want to buy. Maybe you want to buy 38. And then because I'm logged out, you can see I'm logged out, I'm out. If I'm to log in, let me just log in for you guys to see a better view, which is going to take me a lot of time. Yes. So let me give you time to ask questions. Naombeni maswali. It's only time that is making me wind up the meeting. I'm out of home and I need to get home. So naomba maswali. Can anyone ask a question? I can see on the chat section. I hope, Rachel, you're assisting me to. You said the basic class starts on Monday. Yes, basic class is starting on Monday, 7:30. So communicate with our admin to register. So much background information, waiting for the actual transaction. What should I do? I'm away from home and I can't be able to do the actual transaction right now, but basically go to Binance.com, register an account. That's the easiest. That's the easiest. You can go to local Bitcoin. I talked about local Bitcoins yesterday. Do the same thing. Sign up for free. You can see what I'm doing. Sign up for free. You have to sign up. All you need is a nickname, your email address, and a password. And that's it. That's it. You click and then you also do KYC. You need to enter your physical address, your actual names, and your ID. Once you upload that and your image, boom, you have an account. And once you have an account, go to buy Bitcoin. You can see buy Bitcoin right there. That's it. What if I pay later Monday? Yes, you can do communicate to admin about joining the class. I'm going to talk to you guys. I'm going to set up an actual class on Saturday because of time. Unmute your mic so that we close. Closed. Unmute your mic. Just unmute your mic.
Yes, thank you. Good night, JJ.
Okay, thank you, thank you. I'm sorry, guys, I'm out of home. I need to get home, and due to curfew, this is messing my day. Sorry, guys. I wish I was home. I wish I was home.
Thank you.
Good night.
Okay, good night. Good night, Moses.
Yeah, thank you. Good night.
Okay.
Good night.
So see you guys Saturday. Same Zoom links. Join us on Saturday for the free session. I'll actually be at home and do the free session. For Saturday, 8 p.m. Same Zoom link. Thank you. Those of us watching on Facebook, we shall respond to you on Facebook. Thank you.
DG,